दीजिए सर.
Beginning with the OSPF. Come on, please read it. Remote centers, are you able to listen? Am I audible?
Voice is not very clear, sir.
Voice is not clear?
No, sir.
माइक म्यूट करवा दीजिए दूसरे सेंटर से.
Sure.
करवा रहा हूँ. Just give me. Now, I hope the audio will be loud and clear.
Is it fine? Remote centers.
Yes, sir. Audio is clear.
Are you able to see the PPT?
The PPT is very clear.
Okay, I met some of you who said that you want me to, recall a bit of RIP. So what is an RIP, which you did yesterday? Come on. Distance vector. Now what's the full form? Routing information protocol. Okay. What's the difference between RIP version 1 and RIP version 2? Alright, and what else? Come on.
सर आपकी वीडियो नहीं आ रही है.
Just give me a second, sir. We are selecting now.
Okay, okay, sir.
Perfect. This is the main difference. So, okay, anyone? Remote centers, what's the difference between version 1 and version 2? Remote centers. AKS University. Nothing is visible there. Nothing is visible there. कुछ क्लास फुल क्लास टेस्ट बोला था क्लास फुल के क्लास टेस्ट करा था वो वेशन फुल क्लास टेस्ट करा था so what you mean by a class full and a class test?
Hello, sir. Your video is not visible here.
Yesterday or today?
Yes, give me.
They are trying to resolve.
Okay, sir.
Please wait for us.
Sir, the voice intensity from your end is very poor.
You are from which college, sir? Is it fine now?
Yes. Please test, sir.
Yeah. So, classless will carry the subnet mask along with the routing update. And classful will not send subnet mask. Let's say जब एक class A network को we subnet it to class C, तो क्या करेगा? It will send आपका peer router है. It will think okay this is a class A network only. वो अपने routing table में उसे as a class A ही रखेगा. If you are using RIP version 1. So this can be a conflict because you have subnetted this network to class C. Okay. And what? Okay, one main question. What's the difference between AD and your metric? What is AD? Come on. No. I don't want the administrative distance. I want the definition.
Matrix is how much loops we have in different forms and destination. Like AD is
Predefined values. Come on, remote centers. What do I mean by AD and your metric? Remote centers. I'm asking you.
You can turn on your mic and answer the query.
Remote centers. Okay. I think it's maybe clear the issue. That's why they're not responding. So, if we talk about administrative distance, it is the trustworthiness of the routes received. Trustworthiness is the word. I will explain that now. So this is your route number 1, this is your route number 2, route number 3, and route number 4. And here I have route number 5. These all are connected. I have some networks behind route number 1. This route number 1 is connected to route number 5, and it is also connected to route number 4. And here at the back of route number 4, I again have some networks connected. Alright, remote centers, is the whiteboard visible to you?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Alright. So I said AD and metric. Okay, what's the AD for your RIP? 120. And what's the metric? Hop count. Yes, hop count. Kitna router kitna dur hai usse? Alright. If I'm using the same routing protocol between R1, R2, R3, and R4 and R5. Let's say I'm using RIP here. In this particular case, R1 will send the route after 30 seconds to R4, and R4 will send the route to R1. And the same route will be sent to R4 from R1 via R5. Agreed or not? Anyone having doubt in understanding this? If R1 is sending the route to route number 2, it means it will be sending the route to R5 as well. Same routes will be carried in this direction and in this direction. When the routes traveled from here to here till route number 4 and from R5 to R4. So the same routes are traveling from R2, R3 to R4 and from R1, R5 to R4. So don't you think it will be conflict for route number 4, which routes to give preference? Because they are coming from the same source. Then they are the similar routes, जो यहाँ से भी मिल रहा है उससे और से यहाँ से भी मिल रहा है. So कौन से routes को अपने routing table पर रखिएगा? R5 वाले. Why R5 वाले? Because इसका hop कम है. Metric कहाँ देखते हैं? Clear हो गया? If I talk about administrative distance, let's say I'm using EIGRP or let's say I'm using Ospf and I'm using your RIP. I'm using Ospf between route number 1, 2, 3 and 4 and I'm using RIP between R1, R4, I5 and R4. Then again the same route will be traveling to R4 from two different protocols, entirely different protocols. So now which routes to keep in the routing table? R4 routes. These routes. Why R2? Why? Because the administrative distance of your Ospf is less as compared to your RIP. इतना clear हुआ? Administrative distance कब देखते हैं और if you are using the same routing protocol, then we'll be checking your metric. If you are using the different routing protocols, then we'll be checking your administrative distance. Because एक clear बहुत कम होते हैं. Alright. Okay, we'll not move to the configuration part of our right now. We'll be doing that into the practical session. So our today's in this session we'll be covering Ospf. Anybody having any idea about Ospf? Okay, what is Ospf? Open shortest path first, right? क्या करती है ये? Okay. Before we move further, just tell me the difference between your distance vector. अभी सभी ने बोला that this is a distance vector routing protocol. What do we mean by a distance vector routing protocol? Come on, I can't hear you. Come on, please. गलत बोलिए, सही बोलिए, but say something.
Send updates.
Obviously, it will be sending updates. Any routing protocol will be sending updates. क्या किसने कहा आपको? Bellman model algorithm is okay. You are correct. Distance vector. Say what do I mean by distance vector? It is a vector to the
each browser will create a payload that contains the description of this or the other of this one, and it sends that payload to the other.
Right. Okay. And what do we mean by a link state routing protocol? We told you in the beginning that we have two kinds of routing protocols. One is your distance vector, and other is your link state routing protocol.
इसमें हमारा भोपाल पुलिस करते और डिस्टेंस वेक्टर में काइंड करते हैं इसमें आधा पास में हो रहा है
Your dip is distance vector. Okay, I'll tell you. Let's say again we draw the topology R1, R2, R3, and it's having some routes here, it's having some networks here. Now, R1 will be sending the networks to R2. R2 will send the same networks to R3. इतना तो clear है? Routing RIP हम use कर रहे हैं, so it knows okay how to reach here and how to reach here. But this is your distance vector routing protocol is also called as routing by rumors. Now why routing by rumors? Because R1, R3 will believe okay R2 has given me the routes. It only if he wants to reach R1 or the network behind your route number 1, it will send the route to this R2, and from R2 it will take to R1, and from R1 it will send it to your network behind it. This is routing by rumor. R2 actually doesn't know from where these routes are coming. He is only believing what R1 is telling him. This is your routing by rumor. Is it clear? R2 or R3 will believe what R2 has told him. R2 will believe what R1 has told him. This is your distance vector routing protocol, which works on your Bellman model algorithm, as so said. Alright. So in today's session we'll be covering one link state routing protocol, which is your Ospf. Open shortest path first. So this anyone having any understanding in what is routing by remote? Is it clear to all? Remote centers?
No, sir, it's not clear.
Why is it not
So
clear?
voice थोड़ा intensity कम है sir.
So इसको please report करो.
Actually थोड़ा interruption भी हो रहा है voice में sir.
Okay, I'll repeat it for you. I said I have router number 1 here, I have router number 2 here, and I have another router connected, which is your router number 3.
Please maximize the video, please.
Is the whiteboard visible to you? Okay, router 1, router 2, and router
Sir,
3.
please
Router 1
maximize
is
the
having-
video.
Better?
Now it's fine.
That's fine, sir. Thank you.
I'm saying we have three routers connected and R1 is having some networks. इसके पीछे कुछ networks हैं and similarly R3 is having some networks here. Alright. When we are using distance vector routing protocol or your RIP, router 1 will send the route updates to your router number 2 and router number 2 will send the same route updates to router number 3. Now router number 3 doesn't know from where these routes are actually coming. What is the origin of these routes? Actually the origin of these routes is from router number 1, but your R3 will think, okay, R2 has forwarded me these routes, so means R2 is having these routes. But which is not true. This is routing by rumor. R3 has to believe what R2 has told him, and R2 has to believe what R1 has told him. Is it clear now?
It's clear, sir, now.
So we move to OSPF. First of all, it is a link state routing protocol. So there are two link state routing protocols. One is your OSPF and second is your ISIS, which is your intermediate system to intermediate system routing protocol. ISIS. Alright. Now what do I mean by link state? Routing by rumor हमें clear हो गया that R2 doesn't have the idea from where the routes are coming, and same is the case with your route number 3. He doesn't know what is the actual origin of your routes. Clear? Alright. So now we move on to link state routing protocol, which is your OSPF. Let's say I have some routers here. And all these routers are interconnected. Let's say take it over there. I have so many routers, and these all routers are connected. If I'll be running OSPF or link state routing protocol, now this router will be having a complete knowledge of the topology. It will be having complete idea. So as this router, every router will be having the complete idea what is the origin of these routes. ये क्या करते हैं? एक topology table maintain. Every router will have the information from where the routes are coming. First of all, ये एक topology पे synchronize करते हैं, पूरा अपना database synchronize करते हैं. उसके बाद इसके ऊपर digestra SPF algorithm run करते हैं to calculate the shortest path. Link state clear हुआ? इसमें but इसका एक छोटा सा नुकसान है, which is a benefit as well, because router has to deal with lots of information. Every router has to deal with lots of information, which is a plus point because I know how to reach it. Is it fine? Any doubt till now? Link state is clear to us, right? So move to the okay. Link state routing protocol, which is most widely used in the production networks. If we talk about the real networks, OSPF is the widely used protocol. Metric of OSPF is your cost. I will explain you everything in detail. The current version of OSPF which we are using right now is version 2. But we don't have to mention, like we were mentioning yesterday in RIP2, that network base version 2. We don't have to mention that. Is it clear? Administrative distance of OSPF is 110, which is less than your RIP. We have another routing protocol जो कल हमारा सेशन नहीं हो पाया, which is your EIGRP, Enhanced Interior Gateway Routing Protocol. EIGRP has a administrative distance of 90. when we used to study in our CCNA days, at that time EIGRP was an Cisco proprietary protocol. Means it will work only on the Cisco devices. EIGRP used to run only on Cisco devices. But in today's scenario, Cisco ने उसे open source कर दिया. But your OSPF, as the name says, open shortest path first. OSPF is your open source. Let's say I am having this Cisco router, I am having this Alcatel router, I am having this Huawei router, I am having this ZTE router. OSPF will work. But if you talk about EIGRP, earlier it used to won't work because it was an open, it was not an open platform. It was a proprietary for Cisco products. Okay. So metric is cost. From this point to read this, I'll look for the cost, minimum cost. Cost is inversely proportional to your bandwidth. Minimum cost, maximum bandwidth. Cost should be always minimum. In our case, lower is better. Less hop counts, more preference. Less cost, more preference. All right. You studied RIP yesterday. उसमें बताया गया that RIP can reach maximum till 15 routers. Means 15 is your last hop. 16 is unreachable. But there is no practical hop count limit for your OSPF. There is no limit. You can have n number of routers. Okay. RIP version 1 used to send the updates on a broadcast address, which was your 255.255.255.255. जो आपका EIGRP जो आपने skip किया, that sends updates on multicast address. Please लिख लीजिए because you missed it yesterday. It is 224.0.0.10. It sends the EIGRP sends the multicast updates on 224.0.0.10. RIP used to send on RIP V1 255.255.255.255. RIP version 2 used to send it on 224.0.0.9. Alright? But जो OSPF है, it uses two multicast addresses, 224.0.0.5 and 224.0.0.6. I will explain it to you today. But as of now, you can write it down. There it is 224.0.0.5 and 224.0.0.6. Okay. Your OSPF supports VLSC. It supports authentication. It supports summarization. Summarization होता है जैसे हमारे पास कई सारे नेटवर्क्स हैं, उनको summarize करके हम आगे send करते हैं. Alright? इसमें क्या होता है? किसी भी link state routing protocol में ये पहले एक दूसरे से neighbor relationship form है. जैसे आपका RIP था, it used to send entire routing table after 30 seconds. Agreed or not? But this is not the case with your OSPF. It will send the update only if there is some change in the topology. Let's say some link has gone down, some network has gone down. Only at that time it will send the triggered update. The updates are not periodic. Is it clear? Updates are not periodic in your OSPF. These are triggered updates. It will be only sent when there is some change in the network topology. Let's say कोई link आपका flap हुआ, अब down जा कर आप आया, कोई link आपका power and down गया. But how to figure it out? Yes, that person is alive or not, means that router is up or not. So what they do is they send hello packets. They send hello after every 10 seconds. Sending hello, yes, are you live? Are you live? Are you live? Are you live? And it will receive the hellos back. Just to confirm, yes, the peer router is up. and is working perfectly. All right. So OSPF area types. OSPF introduces the concept of areas. Every router in your OSPF is part of your area, with area 0 being the backbone area. क्या होता है वो? Backbone area. Every router has to have connectivity with your area. और हर अभी आपके लेवल पे, as you are doing it for the very first time, I'll keep you till only one area, which is your area 0. All right. Every router is part of area. Area 0 is called as your backbone area. All the other areas which you are configuring, they will be called as non-transit areas. क्या होते हैं? Non-transit areas. Let's say these all are the routers and they are in the same area, which is your area 0. Clear? Every router will be part of an area. अभी के लिए will keep it till area 0. There are lots of areas. Backbone area, non-transit area, stubby area, not so stubby area, total stubby area. OSPF is huge. Believe me. अगर आप इसे तरीके से करना चाहते हैं, it will take you 50 days. आप OSPF जो सीखेंगे, and 2 hours daily for 30 days. You have to practice. OSPF is huge. Believe me. Alright. सभी राउटर्स एक एरिया का पार्ट होंगे. एरिया हैज टू बी कॉमन. अगर एरिया डिफरेंट होगा, राउटर्स अपने आप में नेबर्स नहीं बनते. ऑलराइट. सो ओके, areas other than area 0 are called as non-transit areas. Let's say I have one area here. Let's say this is my area number 10. This will be your non-transit area. Okay. So I will. Okay. Router types. OSPF router types. These are important. अगर आप कॉन्सेप्ट की बात करेंगे, OSPF has lots of concepts. अगर उसकी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन पे जाएंगे, you will say it is very easy. So please understand the concepts. उसके बाद we'll do the practical. OSPF router types. First of all, we have internal routers. Let's say I have these routers. These are part of area 0, and these are my internal routers. क्या है ये? Internal routers. किसी को अभी तक समझने में दिक्कत? Remote centers, is it clear? Remote centers.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. If you are feeling lost, please stop me in the middle. And only one remote center is saying yes. What about others? Come on, remote centers. Okay. Internal routers, which are part of your area. Now let's say I have one router here. Let's say I have one router here. This will be my area border router. It is your ABR, area border router, which will connect two different areas. The duty of ABR is to connect the non-transit area to the backbone area. Is it clear? Duty of your ABR is to connect area 0 and area 10 in this scenario, this particular scenario. Think of area as a spider. Spider has 8 legs. Here is one leg here in area 10, other leg in area 20, other leg in area 30, and so on. If this area 10 is not connected to area 0, it won't work properly. Every other area should be connected to your backbone area, which is your area 0. Alright? इतना समझने में किसी को दिक्कत? Okay. Next is your backbone router. Backbone में जाने से पहले I will tell you how autonomous system boundary router, which is your ASBR. Let's say this router is at the boundary. This is autonomous system boundary router. Okay, it will take you to another network जो आपका OSPF रन नहीं कर रहा. Let's say you have purchased another company जिसपे already EIGRP रन हो रहा, or let's say your internet. Let's say this is your AIGR and it is taking to your internet, your ISP. It's a duty of your ASBR to take you to another network. ASBR. Clear? ASBR कौन सा होता है जो different areas को connect करता है. ASBR कौन सा होता है आपको जो different network से connect करता है. It will take you to entirely different network, which is, let's say your ISP is the best example. Clear? Now there are backbone router. Let's say I have one router here. This is your backbone router. This is almost similar to your ABR, but it is not connecting you to any other area. It is not connecting any other area. If I draw one area here, then we have to name it as ABR, area border router. Clear? OSPF areas clear हुए. Backbone area, your area 0. Other than backbone area, non-transit areas will not go to stubby, total stubby, not so stubby. Router types clear हुए. We have internal routers which are part of your area. Your ABR, area border router, which will connect another non-transit area with your backbone area. We have ASBR, which is connecting you to entirely different network. Let's say your ISP. Router type clear है सभी को? Backbone router is almost similar to your area border router, but it is at the, let's say this router is there, backbone router, but it is not connecting you to any other router, to your any other area. Well, in production network we use something backbone router. अभी आपके लिए sufficient just to know. Okay, understanding OSPF neighbor discussion. I said every router will be having the topology. They will synchronize their database. Yes, I have this network, I have this network. Every router will know that what are the networks behind you. Every router will be knowing what is the origin of the routes coming to me. Every router in this particular area will know what are the networks behind everyone. अपने आप को synchronize करते हैं. Synchronize कैसे करेंगे? First of all, we have to become neighbors. क्या बनना हमें? We want to become neighbors. Anyone feeling lost? Let's say this is your router number 1. This is your router number 2. I have different networks here. Okay, and similarly router 2 has some network behind it. Let's say I am running my OSPF between router number 1 and router number 2. Yesterday we did RIP. उस पर हम यहाँ पे राउटर 1 पे रन कर रहे थे, राउटर 2 पे भी रन कर रहे थे, एंड वी वर गेटिंग द आर वैल्यूज। क्लियर? उसमें कोई भी नेबर रिलेशन फॉर्म नहीं होता। 6 इन P3 के लाइन P3 उसको पैरेलल चाहिए। Okay. To become neighbors, router 1 will send hello to router number 2 after every 30 seconds. Oh, sorry, after every 10 seconds. Okay, if someone is saying me hello, doesn't mean that I'll become neighbor with them. Because inside your hello packet, there are certain parameters which need to be matched. जब भी वो hello packets के parameters match होंगे, तभी हम एक दूसरे के neighbors बन पाएंगे। कुछ कैजुअल फ्रेंड्स होते हैं, कुछ फॉर्मल फ्रेंड्स होते हैं, मिलते हैं, हाय हेलो हाउ आर यू, बट वी डोंट नो देम, कईयों के नाम भी नहीं पता। सेम इज द केस विद योर राउटर्स, ऑलराइट। एंड द डेस्क टाइमर फॉर योर OSPF is 40 seconds. What was the dead timer for your? Okay, so dead नहीं होता, invalid होता है flush होता है। Hold down कितना होता है उसमें? 30 seconds, no, 180 seconds. Invalid is 180 seconds for your RIP, and flush timer is it's 240 seconds. All right. 10 seconds के बाद ये hello send करेगा। Hello send करने के बाद उसका जो dead timer है, that is of 40 seconds, वो दिखाऊंगा। This can be configured, आप इसको change कर सकते हैं। ठीक है। Neighbors are only formed in routers which are in the same area. अपने ही कॉलोनी के या अपने ही ब्लॉक के लोगों को जानते हैं। We don't know the people from the outside areas. So same is the case with the routers. Routers within the same area will become neighbors. Let's say I have these two are in different areas. This is in area 10, this is in area 20. They won't become neighbors because they are in the different areas. For two routers to become, they have to agree some parameters. So there is a term known as router ID. It is a 32-bit number assigned to each OSPF enabled interface. Let's say I have 10.1.12.1, 10.1.12.2, and it's on the network 10.1.11.0/24. 10.1 इस इंटरफेस का जो IP एड्रेस है, दिस इज 10.1.12.1, इसका इंटरफेस का है 10.1.12.2 इस इंटरफेस पे, और ये जो नेटवर्क है दिस इज 10.1.12.0। IP होस्ट और नेटवर्क के बारे में सबको क्लियर है ना? We did it in details on Monday. Alright. राउटर आईडी क्या है? जो भी राउटर का फिजिकल इंटरफेस होगा, that will be your router ID. Highest physical interface. Let's say I am having another link here, which is your 11.0.0.1. So who will become the router ID? 11.0.0.1, because this is the highest IP address, and 10 is definitely smaller than your 11. So who will become the router ID? 11.0.0.1. जनरली क्या होता है, विसे कि आप अपने लूप बैक को राउटर आईडी देते हैं। अगर मैं कहता हूँ यहाँ पे एक एड्रेस है 1.1.1.1/24. Now what do you think? Who will become the router ID for your router number 1? Come on, any answers? Here I have 1 network, 10 network, and 11 network. Now who will become the router ID? Which one? Which first one? Name it. I got 2-3 IP address written. Is it 10? Is it 11? Or is it 1? Why 1? There's nothing about breaking the glass.
So I think it is 11.
No. If you've seen the presentation, I have written there, loopback beats the physical interface. Loopback beats the physical interface. Now, why loopback will beat the physical interface? Because loopback जो होता है आपका एक virtual network होता है, virtual interface होता है, sorry, and it will come up as soon as your router will come up. इसको आपको याद होगा, इसमें no shutdown नहीं करते, fine? क्यों नहीं करते? Because it's a virtual interface, it come up as soon as your router is up. So always the preference is given to your loopback. If you are not having the loopbacks, then your highest physical interface will be given the preference, which in this case is your 11.0.0.1. But as we have loopback here, which is quite slow, which is very less than 11, and 1 is very less than 11, but still your 1.1.1 will become your router ID. Any doubts till now? Please come up with your questions. I'm not audible, please. Any particular reason? मैंने आपको reason दिया ना, because ये link list से आपने ये link काम किया, थोड़ी देर के लिए आपका link black हो गया, तो वो आपस में neighbor कैसे रहेंगे? मेन हमारे यहाँ पे एजेंडा क्या है, राउटर्स को हमें नेबर्स बनाना है. अगर नेबर्स होंगे तभी एक दूसरे के साथ अपना डेटाबेस शेयर करेंगे, अदरवाइज दे वोंट बी शेयरिंग एनी डेटाबेस. द मेन एजेंडा इज the routers should share their databases. The database is nothing but your routing table. Alright? इसमें routing update नहीं कहते, एक तरह से LSA कहते हैं, which is your link state advertisement. It will send the state of the link. I will cover it up in the next slide. So okay, now what are the parameters to be matched inside a hello packet? One is your hello and del timer. It should be same. Authentication, if applied. Area ID, they should be in the same area. And the subnet mask, same होना चाहिए. Your campus network design should be hierarchical. Areas का concept ही खत्म हो जाता है अगर मैं यहाँ पे 24 नेटवर्क ले रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे slash 22 ले रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे slash 23 ले रहा हूँ. It should be entirely 24. Yes, it supports VLSM, but आप दूसरे एरिया में जा सकते हैं. It should be hierarchical. All right. Okay. The OSPF states now. इतना समझने में किसी को दिक्कत? रिमोट सेंटर्स, any doubt? Remote centers. Okay, will not say.
No doubt, sir.
think
It's clear.
It's clear. And what about other remote centers? You are from which university or which college? AKS. What about other remote centers? MMU Mulana, GNIT, ITM University.
Yes, sir.
What about you people? MMU. What about you?
Yes, sir, no problem.
No problem. Clear or all clear?
Yes, clear.
All clear?
All clear.
They are saying all clear means they are not getting it. Should be clear. All right. What about ITM University? Very few participants. ITM, say something. They are having doubts. You're saying hello to us, or they are saying that go back somewhere. Okay, so let's move. OSPF states. Neighbors बनने के लिए there are few parameters which जो मैंने आपको 4 parameters दिखाए. Actually, it has more parameters, but these 4 are the essential parameters. I'll show you today with the help of Wireshark कि कौन-कौन से parameters उसमें होते हैं. All right. Concept is used in OSPF, but configuration is very simple. All right. OSPF states let's say these are the two routers. Initially, they are in the down state, means they are not sending any hello, they are not sending anything, they are not doing anything. Clear? Let's say your router number 1 sends hello to your router number 2. What it did? Router number 1 sends the hello to your router number 2. This is the hello packet. Router 1 sends it to router number 2. Alright? They will enter into the init state. They will enter into init, I-N-I-T, init state. Router 2 said, yes, okay, I received the hello from you, but it doesn't mean that I become neighbor with you. Because to become neighbor, we need to match some parameters which are inside my hello packet. If these parameters are matching, only then you and I will become neighbors. Otherwise, we are not neighbors. Clear or not clear? Hello send किया, init state में आ गया. But router 2 ने अभी इसे hello send नहीं किया. Why it hasn't sent the hello yet? Because he has to match the parameters inside your hello packet. It said, okay, yes, I have matched all the parameters which you have sent me in your hello packet. Yes, our parameters are matching. Even I am sending hello to you now. When router 2 will send the hello to router number 1, they will go into the two-way state. इसमें जाएंगे? This is very important. अगर ये आपके routers down और init state में back and forth हो रहे हैं, means अगर आपको troubleshoot करना है, first of all check the parameters inside your hello packet. Troubleshooting का सबसे पहला रूल ये है. Parameter should be same. Yes, all. अगर पैरामीटर सेम नहीं है तो वो इनिट डाउन इनिट इसी में रहेगा. अगर पैरामीटर सेम हुए दे विल एंटर इनटू टू वे स्पेस. ऑलराइट, ओके, पैरामीटर्स आर मैच्ड, आई एम नेबर विद यू. यहाँ पे नेबर रिलेशनशिप खत्म हो गया. यहाँ पे एक नई चीज आती है विच इज योर मास्टर एंड स्लेव रिलेशनशिप. Confused? अभी तो कह रहे हैं अभी नहीं पढ़ना, अभी यहाँ पे मास्टर और स्लेव हो गए. ऐसा ही होता है. I can't help that. Okay, master and slave relationship. Master and slave relationship में क्या होता है? Router 1 will say, let's say router 2 will say hello भेजा, ये synchronize हो गया. They said okay, we are neighbors now. Now master will say okay, it will send your DVDs, database descriptor packets. It is nothing but your click notes. Click notes समझते हैं? Just like the summary. Whenever you go to a restaurant, आपके पास वेटर आते हैं, वो आपको मेनू कार्ड देते हैं, उसपे सारा कुछ लिखा होता है. We have this, we have this, we have this, we have this. सबको लाके तो रख देते हैं आपके सामने. What you want to eat, you can choose anyone. आपको समरी भेजी जाती है. What you want to have, tell us. All right. So DVDs are nothing but the summary of the networks behind router number 1 and behind router number 2. After that, they will enter into the exchange start. Exchange start करेंगे. X start और exchange start one and same. आपने डीवीडी भेजा, पहला जो पहले डीवीडी भेज रहा है that he will become the master. जो बाद में डीवीडी भेज रहा है वो it will become the slave. ऐसा इसमें कुछ मास्टर और स्लेव ऐसा नहीं है. जिसने पहले भेजा is the master, जिसने बाद में भेजा is a slave. Alright? उसके बाद क्या होगा? जब exchanges complete हो जाएंगे इनके, उसके बाद they will enter into a new state which is of exchange done, which I haven't mentioned in the PPT. Exchange start, exchange done. जब सारे अपने नेटवर्क्स अपने मेरे को भेज दिए, मैंने आपको सारे अपने नेटवर्क्स आपको भेज दिए, means our exchange is done. उसके बाद what router will do? It will load the updates into its memory, and it will say, okay, I don't have this network, I don't have this network. Why are you feeling so low? Because ऐसा लग रहा है क्लियर नहीं हो रहा क्या? Is it clear? Sure. Please, if you are feeling lost, अभी बताइए. I know it's a bit tough to understand. For the very first time, I remember in my CCI days में सिर्फ पकड़ लेता था ये क्या होगा. But ऐसे ही है. इसमें देखा हमने लोड कर लिया अपने को, मेमोरी में लोड कर लिया. मुझे देखा कि मुझे इस चीज की रिक्वायरमेंट है. I need this particular network and I need this particular network. R2 ने कहा. तो क्या करेगा? R2 will send LSR link state request send करेगा उसे. किसे सेंड करेगा? Your router number 1 2, and your LSR will contain the उसको रिक्वेस्ट सेंड करी R2 ने आपके R1 को. पहले इसने क्या किया था? सिर्फ समरी सेंड करी थी. समरी उन्होंने अपने मेमोरी के अंदर लोड करी. राउटर 2 checks, okay, I don't have these two networks with me. What I should do? I should first of all load this into my memory. Then I will check, okay, what is the path to reach all these networks. पहले सिर्फ समरी सेंड करी है. It hasn't sent the complete रूट. उसको पूरा राउट नहीं बताया है कि आपको कौन से पाथ फॉलो करके आपके इन दोनों नेटवर्क्स के पास पहुंच रहे. उसने कहा यस आई हैव दिस. राउटर 1 सेड आई हैव दीस नेटवर्क. उसने समरी सेंड किया. R2 ने देखा, अपने मेमोरी में लोड किया, यस ओके दीस आर द नेटवर्क व्हिच आर नॉट इन माय राउटिंग टेबल. मुझे इन दोनों नेटवर्क, इन दोनों की रिक्वायरमेंट है. अपनी मेमोरी में लोड किया. उसके बाद ये सेंड द LSR. LSR में क्या कहेगा? I know it, I need these two networks. When it say I need these two networks, इसके बाद R1 will send LSU link state update. इसमें link state request send करा. R1 will send link state update. Update to whom? To your R2. And within your link state update, think of LSU as an envelope which contains your LSA, link state advertisement. कई सारी टर्मिनोलॉजी नहीं आ गई एक साथ. LSU, LSA, LSR, DVDs, NL, two-way, down. किस को ओवरहेड हो रहा है? किसी को नहीं? Perfect. But believe me, this is very interesting. This is your envelope, is your LSU link state update. इसमें जो सेंड किया था, this is your LSR link state request. Request सेंड करी, इसने LSU update भेजा. अपडेट ऐसे तो नहीं भेजेगा, एनवेलप के तौर पे भेजेगा. मतलब उसको अपना राउटिंग टेबल उसके साथ शेयर करना है. शेयर करने के लिए वो क्या करेगा? एक LSU बनाएगा, अपडेट बनाएगा, लिंक स्टेट अपडेट. उस अपडेट के अंदर इट विल कीप लिंक स्टेट एडवर्टाइजमेंट. योर LSA इज नथिंग बट योर एंटायर राउटिंग टेबल. नॉट इवन राउटिंग टेबल. राउटिंग टेबल तक कहीं पहुंचे ही नहीं. It will tell about the summary. It will tell about the details of the network behind router number 1. How to reach these networks. Routing table को भी build up होना है. Alright. LSR भेजा, LSU भेजा, LSU में LSA भेजा. Okay. R1 said okay. जो मेरे को चाहिए था R2 को मिल चुका है, जो R2 को चाहिए था वो R1 को मिल चुका है. दोनों के डेटाबेसेस आपस में सिंक्रोनाइज हो चुके हैं. अब क्या करेंगे? Now they will calculate the shortest path to reach a particular network by running Dijkstra SPF algorithm. अभी आप देखोगे आपको सिर्फ एंटर करने से सब कुछ होता है, बट जो इसके पीछे एक कॉन्सेप्ट है दैट इज ह्यूज. जब उसने सारे उससे लोडिंग कर लिए, सारे जब उसने अपने सेव कर लिया अपडेट्स को, LSAs को, उसके बाद स्टेट विल चेंज फ्रॉम लोडिंग टू फुल. इसमें जाएगा फुल. स्टेट विल बी फुल. सारे databases हमारे आपस में synchronized हैं. Now let's run Digestra SPF algorithm to calculate the shortest path to reach a particular network. I will not take you that much deeper, that much deeper into your SPF algorithm because फिर आप सब उठ के चले जाएंगे. I know that. इतना भी किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम? Remote centers, am I clear to you? Concept of states is clear. DPDs, init, LSA, LSU, LSRs, is it clear to you? Remote centers. Remote centers. If you want, I can repeat it. Don't know how to operate this.
Hello.
Okay, let's move on.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir, please. Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible. Please say.
Good morning, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir, your voice is audible. Please say.
Okay.
Please ask your question.
Sir, suppose router have a update and this update will send to all routers or is neighbor router?
Sir, to all the routers. If it is coming up in the technology for the very first time, it will figure out the neighbors. जो भी इसका neighbor होगा, उसको भी उसी के साथ database को ये ऐसे share करेगा. Otherwise, it won't be sharing the database with the routers. If the parameters in the hello packets are not met, first of all, they will not become neighbors. अगर neighbors ही नहीं बन रहे, then it will not enter into this master and slave.
But router send a update to neighbors and this neighbor send to next neighbor.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
in these situations, maybe a looping problem occur.
No.
This packet may be route again in router.
No loop will be no looping problem will occur here because these are just synchronizing your their databases. Every router will run Digestra SPF algorithm later on after they are having the entire view. Let's say I have another router here, which is your router number 3, and it is also having some network behind it. Once they are a neighbor and they have done from the loading till the full state, they will know, R3 will know what are the networks behind the route number 1, and R3 will also know that what are the networks behind R2,
Okay.
and R2 will be similarly in that fashion knowing that what are the networks behind R1 and R3. After the databases are synchronized, they will run the algorithm, SPF algorithm, to calculate the shortest path.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So, looping का इसमें कोई problem नहीं होगा. Alright, so चलाना है. Next PPT.
Hello, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you
Sir,
are-
can we say that ki database is synchronized in loading state?
Databases are synchronized only when it enters into the full state.
So before that only summary information is sent, na?
Yes. Before that, only somebody is sent when they are in the loading state. They will be sending the LSR for the request for the entire knowledge how to read that particular
The
network.
main
Again,
synchronization information is sent in only loading level, loading state.
yes, at that time it keeps on sending. Once all the information is synchronized, databases are synchronized, it will enter into the full state.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another huge thing, sir. OSPF over Ethernet. Okay, anyone having any idea about the broadcast multi-access networks? Come on, look out, come on. Broadcast multi-access networks or your Ethernet networks. Anybody having any idea? Remote centers? Okay. Let's say I have this LAN segment here, Ethernet network बनाते हैं. This is your router number 1. This is your router number 2. This is your router number 3. This is your router number 4. Okay. काम करते हैं. We'll take the 5 or 10 minutes break for the tea. Okay. कहीं overhead ना हो जाए. कल वाला काम मत करिए आप दोबारा से. Okay. What's the time now? Okay, now we'll meet at 11:30. Remote centers, you are requested to stay connected and please send the list of the participants with their designation so that we can start processing the certificates. Remote centers, we are taking a tea break for 10 to 15 minutes and we'll meet at 11:30.
Okay, sir.
And you all are
Thank you.
requested to send the list of participants along with their designation so that we can start processing the certificates. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, we'll meet at 11:30, sharp 11:30.
और